welcome to this tutorial. So I realized that there were quite a lot of 2-hour tutorials showing you how to create a website, but no one actually finishes those. So I decided to make a 20-minute tutorial to show you how you can get the same or even a better result. So by the end of this video, you'll have a fully mobile responsive website, similar to top websites like Apple, Spotify, and Tesla, and you'll be able to easily edit the website. So for example, if you want to change the text, you can. And if you want to move the text to different areas of the website, you just click and you drag. And let's zoom out of the website a little bit. Okay, you can also adjust the columns just by dragging like that. And you can also move the modules around. And you can undo. So you can also add video modules. And if you hover over this green icon here, you can add all sorts of modules. For example, gallery modules, SoundCloud, or even add a blog or a shop. So this video is perfect for beginners, or even if you want to create websites for clients. And this is actually the same video that a lot of people actually follow to start their own web design agency on places like Fiverr. So if you want to create a website, then make sure to watch this video to the very end. So what I want you to do is click on the link below this video. So this is the page that's going to take you to, and we're going to be completing the website in just 7 steps. So the first step is choosing a name for your website. So for example, my one would be create a website 23.com, and then you'd click on check availability. So if it's available, then you can scroll down and proceed to get your domain and hosting. So the hosting is where all your website files, such as the images and the text, are stored. So it's sort of like a housing platform for your content, and this allows everyone to view your website all around the world 24/7. So click on get domain and hosting, and it's going to direct you to HostGator. So HostGator is what I use, but you can use other web hosts as well. So we're going to click on web hosting up here, and you've got 3 different plans to choose from. As a beginner, I recommend choosing the hatchling plan because it's the cheapest one to start off with, and you also get a free SSL certificate. SSL basically means you get the HTTPS and you have the secure icon. And then click on buy now. So here you would enter in the domain name that you put in before. So create a website 23, and then you'll click on the outside. So that should show that it's available. So you want to scroll down. For domain privacy, this is optional. I'm going to deselect it for this video. We're going to scroll down. For the package type, you can select hatchling here. So for the billing cycle, click here, and you can select month to month, or you can select a longer term, which gives you a much bigger discount. So for this video, I'm going to choose month to month, but if you know that you're going to have a website for long term, then choose a longer term. For a username, and I'm going to enter a security pin, and then scroll down. So I'm going to fill in my billing information and my credit card details. Scroll down. So as you can see, you get the free SSL. For these ones, you want to uncheck these because you can do these for free later with plugins. Scroll down, and for the coupon code, enter learn to create, and then click on validate. So this is going to give you a bigger discount and also a discount on the domain registration. So if you use this code, I will get a small commission, which helps me create these free videos. So you want to tick your read and agreed, and then you want to scroll down and then click on checkout now. Okay, so once you've actually paid for that, then it'll say order completed, and you'll also get an email which looks something like this, your account information. Now the next step is to click on the control panel link, and this is where we're going to install WordPress. So grab your username here and also your password, and then click on login. And then what you want to do is click on build a new WordPress website, and then select your domain. Leave the directory part empty, and then click on next. So for your blog title, I'm just going to enter in logo, and I'm going to put in my username, first name, last name, and also my email address, and then agree to the terms of service. and then click on install now. So once that is installed, you should get a notification installation is completed. What I like to do is I like to copy the password to my clipboard first, and then what you want to do is click on login. So this is your WordPress dashboard login. So here you'll need to enter in your username, and your details will also be sent to your email as well. Paste in the password and then click on login. So to reach this page again, you'll need to go to yourwebsite.com/wp-admin. What I recommend is bookmarking the page. So what we're going to do now is do a little housekeeping first. So we're going to dismiss all these messages. The first thing you want to do is hover over users, and then you can click on all users, and then you want to click on edit, and then you want to scroll down and click on generate password, and generate a password that you remember. Confirm that, update profile. The next thing you want to do is you want to hover over settings and then click on permalinks. So what we're doing here is selecting post name. You want the title of your page and your post to reflect in your URL, okay? And then scroll down. This is for search engine purposes. The next thing you want to do is click on plugins. Okay, scroll down. So plugins are sort of applications to add additional functionality to your website, and it comes pre-installed with quite a few. What we're going to do is select all up here, and then we're going to deactivate it for now and click on apply. So there's just too many things popping up and about, so I just want to deactivate them all. Okay, now what we can do is hover over the house icon here, and we're going to visit our website. So right click and open in a new tab. So this is what our website looks like right now. Doesn't look like much. Now what you want to do is we want to actually install a theme. So go back to my website and scroll down to step number 4, and we're going to download a theme. So click to download onto your computer and save it into your desktop. Okay. The next thing you want to do is you want to go back to your website, and then you want to hover over appearance, click on themes. So this is a default theme. We're going to add new, and we're going to click on upload theme. Choose file, and you want to make sure you upload themify-ultra.zip. Okay, sometimes you might have this Safari might automatically unzip it into a folder. You'll need to right click and compress it back into the zip file. Click on open, install now. Click on activate. For the skins and demos, you want to click on the square or the cross icon to close that. Now if we go and refresh our website, this is what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to basically set in the structure of the website. So the first thing you want to do is go back to your dashboard area, and we're going to add in some pages. So you can click on pages here, and this is the sample pages. We're going to select all and just move those to the trash first. Next step is to add new. So here we're going to add in our pages, for example, our home page. So type in home, click on publish. Okay, make sure that it says page published before you click on add new. Next page, we're going to add in about page. Add new. We're going to add a services page. Publish. Click on add new. And we're going to add a contact page. So you can add as many pages as you want later. Once that is done, we can go to our website. Okay, so if you actually click on the home page by selecting there, then you'll see that it says /home. What we want to do is we want to make sure this home page is just set as our domain URL only. So click on customize, and then click on the back icon. Click on home page settings and select a static page. For the home page, we want to select home, and then you want to click on publish. Now what we can do is set in our menus. So click on the back icon again, and then click on menus. And then as you can see, you can't really see the menu, so you can actually zoom out of your browser. So I'm going to zoom out one time, okay, so you can see our menu here. And then click on create a new menu. We're going to name this menu top nav for top navigation, and we're going to select main navigation here, so it appears on the top. If you select footer, it's going to appear on the bottom. Click on next, and then click on add items. So we're going to add in our about page, our services page, and our contact page. Okay, so if you want to create a drop down menu, you can sort of click it and select it and sort of pull it in. It's called indenting. And what happens there is when you hover over about, services will pop out. Okay, so we're going to put that back and then click on publish. And then we can close that. Now the next step is setting the basic layout of the page. So what we need to do is we can go back to our dashboard area and we can go to Themify Ultra, Themify settings. So this is where you edit the structure of your website. The first thing that you want to do is we can go to the theme settings, scroll down. Now for the header design, I'm going to select the header top bar design. So then you want to go back up here and click on save. Now you can go to your website and click on refresh, and you can see the changes being made. Alright, so I want to remove this tagline, this RSS icon, and this search bar. So we can go back to our settings here, and we can exclude the tagline, search form, and RSS. And then what we also want to do is you can also edit the footer design. Okay, you want to scroll down to the very bottom. Okay, if we go back to our website here, you'll see that there is footer 1 and footer 2. So I want to remove powered by WordPress. To do that, go back here and select hide footer text 2. Click on save. Now to view your website, just refresh it and it should look pretty good. Now we want to set in the default page layouts. So this is the page. We can go back here and click on default layouts. Then scroll down to the very bottom to default page layout. We're going to select no sidebar and we're going to hide the title as well as disable comments. Save it. Alright, so for the fun part, we're going to first turn on the builder and I'm going to show you the basics of how to use it. So when you actually hover over it, this is what you call a row, and when you hover on the left, this is where you actually set in columns, as you can see, right? And they can drag specific modules inside. So what we want to do to start off with is to actually create a hero image, because that's the best way to showcase what your website is about in a second to your visitor. So click on the pencil icon options, and you want to select the row width to go all the way from one side to the other. So select this one, full width content. And what you can do for this thing here is drag it to the right hand side and place it there. Alright, now the next thing you want to do is click on styling, and we want to set in a background image. So click on background. For the background type, for this one, we're going to select just an image, and we're going to click on browse library instead of upload. Because if you click on upload, it's going to automatically crop your image, and sometimes it's not cropped properly. Click on browse library, and we're going to upload an image. So you can click on upload files to upload an image. I'm going to select this one here, and I've cropped this image to 1800 times 1000, and then you want to insert file URL. So to get really good free images, you can go to unsplash.com, and you can use these images for business or personal, and then you can go to photo to actually crop it. Alright, go back here, and as you can see, the image is loaded in. Then for the background mode, we want to set full cover. Alright, and then what you want to do is you want to stretch that image out a little bit. You want to add some spacing so you can see that whole image. So what we need to do is click on padding. Padding is just another word for spacing. Deselect apply to all. So what we want to do is apply 15% to the top and also 15% to the bottom. Because I'm going to add some text in there and it's going to stretch out a little bit more, so I'm just going to set in 15. and then you can click on done. So once you have done that, then you can hover over the green icon and we want to drop in maybe a text. So drop that into the middle. For the content, I'm going to type in welcome. Alright, and I want to highlight the text. I want to set this text to heading 1. So normally there's only one heading, one font for a specific page. And then what you want to do is we want to go to styling and then click on font, and we want to change the color here to white. Okay, now you can also change the size of the heading 1 by clicking on heading 1 here, and then you can set the size to maybe, let's say 80. Maybe that's a good size. And then you can go back to general, and we want to make sure the text is in the middle. So right here, if you scroll down to text align, click on center, and that will align your text, and then you can click on done. Now if you want to add a subheadline, because it's also a text module, you can hover over the module and click on duplicate, and that will create two layers basically. Double click on that, and then let's just say maybe create a beautiful website, and for this one we want to select the text and select it to paragraph. Alright, so to change the size of that text, you can go back to styling again, font, and then for the font size we might try 22. I think that looks okay, and then you can click on done. Alright, now the next step is to add a button. So to do that, hover over the green icon, look for the button, and drop that in below there. So here you can select the style of the button. Okay, I'm going to select maybe outlined, and for the button text I'm going to type in start here. Now the link is actually where you want that button to link to. So when someone clicks on that, what page do they end up on? So I want people to go to my services page. So on the bottom left you'll see the URL. So what you can do is you can copy the URL from the top here, paste it in, and then type in services. Okay, and then you can also select the button colors and things like that, add an icon. You can also go to styling and click on button link to select some custom colors for your button colors, right? And then what you can do is click on done. Okay, as you can see, that's on the left. So if we actually go back to the row options and click on that, styling, font, for the text align, we click on center. So what that basically does is everything inside this row will be aligned into the center. Okay, so what we can do to preview the website is click on the preview icon here, and there you go. So as you'll see, there is a gap here and we want to remove that. To do that, we can click on save first and then click on backend. Now you want to scroll down to themify custom panel, page options, and select full width, and then update. Now we can head back to our page by clicking on view page, and you'll see that gap is gone. Okay, so it's fairly easy to add in a background image and also add in some text. Let's say we turn on the builder again. So what I've actually done is I've actually made a demo layout for you guys. So if you actually go back to my website, scroll down to step 7, and then click on download the demo layout, and then download that onto your desktop. Okay, and then go back to your website here, and then what you can do is you can see this little icon here which has got the down arrow. Click on import from file. Okay, upload, and then what we're going to do is we're going to look for that file, which is this one here, homepage v1.zip, open, and that's going to import the layout I created for you guys. So as you can see, if we actually zoom out of the page, you see that I've created the entire layout for you guys, and all you really need to do is sort of replace the content. Okay, so for some areas, for example your Instagram feed, that doesn't show up because you actually need to download a plugin and connect that to your Instagram account. Same with your Google Maps and contact forms. But what I've actually done is, so for example, this Instagram feed here, press play, and I've created a video showing you guys exactly how to set up your Instagram feed. So I wanted this tutorial to be short and like straight to the point, sort of like a budget airline where you've got all the essentials, but if you want to add on different things, then I've got all the videos for you guys to do that, right? So if we actually turn on the builder again, and I'll show you quickly how you can actually edit it really easily. What I'll do is zoom out, and for example, you might not want a testimonial section, then you can click on the delete icon and delete that. Okay, you might not need a SoundCloud thing here, then you can delete it as well. You can also rearrange the layouts and everything. For example, let's zoom in a little bit more. You can also rearrange the layout just like that and move things about. You can double click each section and change the text. So it's really easy to use, and if you have any questions, drop it down below. But right now I'm going to show you how to change the colors of your website and add in your logos and also your social icon on the bottom. So we're going to click on save and we're going to close. So what you want to do is click on customize, and then this will take you to themify options. I'm going to select the advanced tab with more options. So your themify options is basically where you change the font and also the color and the styling for your website structure, right? So let me explain a little bit. For example, the header, this is the header section. So anything they edit in here will control this section here. If you, for example, edit the footer, it's going to control down here. Okay. If you edit the sticky header, this is actually when you actually scroll, the header actually follows you, like it stays there. That is your sticky header. And then your links over here, that is actually called your main navigation. And you can also set in your mobile menu and edit every section of your website. And also the body section is anywhere in between your header and your footer section. Let me show you an example by clicking on header. The header wrap is basically the background of your header section. Okay, so what I do recommend if you change your header background is stick to a neutral color, because let's say if you actually change that to a random color like a blue, then you're gonna see that it's not gonna match really well with your website and the images. Okay, so when you actually have a neutral color, for example a white color for your header, it's gonna look a lot nicer. It's sort of like wearing a white t-shirt. It pairs really well with any pants or any shoes that you're wearing. If you actually want to edit the links here, you go to main navigation and you would select menu link. Okay, so that's the link here. And for example, you can change the color here. Let's change it to a dark gray. So this is a code. And when you actually hover over that, that is actually the menu link hover. Okay, the hover link color. So what I'll do is I actually grab the URL here, the hex code, copy that to my clipboard. I go to a website called 0 to 255, click on enter color, paste it in, and enter that color. So what I like to do is I choose 2 shades darker or 2 shades lighter as my hover color. Okay, and I use that same formula consistently throughout the entire website. So I might try this one here, copy that, and then here go back to menu link hover, paste that in there, right? So what that does is if you actually hover over the link, it's going to give you a really slight effect. If you can't really see it, you might want to go 3 shades, okay, 3 shades lighter. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now this is basically the same formula that top websites like Apple use. For example, when you hover over the link, it goes a little bit gray. Okay, so it gives that effect of, okay, that's a link, I can click on that. Okay, so we're going to go back here and you can play around with all the different settings and colors here. So if you want to change the site logo, click on site logo, click on site logo here, and then you can change the title. Okay, so you can change the title, change the fonts here. There are hundreds of different fonts you can choose from. If you have a logo, you'd select logo image, and you'll click on plus to upload it. So I recommend going to fiverr.com to get logos for $5. It's really cheap, and you can also ask for a favicon, which is the icon up here. Then click on publish. I'm going to show you how to add in your favicon and social media. So click on X. Now let's go back to our dashboard section. Click on Themify Ultra Themify settings. Here you'll see favicon, and you would click on upload. And basically I have created a favicon. It has to be a PNG file, which means it's a transparent file, and the size of it is 32 times 32 pixels. Open, and then you can click on save. To add in your social links, click on social links here, and here you can add in, let's say, your Facebook profile URL. Copy that, and you can paste that in here, okay, and select the icon. So for example, if you don't find Instagram, you can click on add link and add an Instagram there if you want to. Click on save, and then what you do is we want to display it. So go to appearance, click on widgets, and then scroll here down to the very bottom to look for Themify social links. Drag it and pull it up and drop it into footer social widget. Okay, and then click on open link in a new window, and icon size set to medium. Save it. Let's go back to our website by clicking on visit site, and there you go, you've added in your social links and your website is pretty much complete. So thank you guys for following this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, drop it down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.